So you know them people where it just seems like they're manifesting thing after thing after thing after thing? That is what I like to call the abundance snowball effect, because once you are in the abundance vibration, frequency, and the reality, everything just compounds. And you use the current manifestation success, that high vibration, that belief system, to literally snowball into the next manifestation. And before you know it, you're in your end dream reality, and you barely had to try, you literally just had to ride the abundance train. So this is how I personally jumped on the abundance train recently, and step by step on how you can also get onto this snowball effect of abundance. The main point of this is where you'll literally be able to manifest something small that's easy, that you know you can handle, that you know you can do with full self-belief. And then you use the vibration, the high frequency, and the belief system to then manifest something else, but a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger, and then a little bit bigger. Instead of going straight for the super high and big manifestation that your self-concept is, let's be real, thinking maybe one day. So the secret here is to start small, and that's exactly what I did. So not so long ago, I made a new vision board for this year because I ticked off everything from the last one. And I started to cut out little cash, like money notes, stuck it all over my vision board. And I also, at the same time, cleared out half of this wardrobe of clothes that weren't aligned with me anymore. They were very casual clothes. I did this with the intention of getting rid of the stagnant energy that was in my house relating to my old identity, so that I've made room energetically and physically for more aligned clothes to come in my life. You will never guess what happened after this. So many things with money and also with clothes being bought and given to me started to come afterwards. So a few days after this, I decided I wanted to start buying good high quality dresses. One of them was over £100. So I decided I'm gonna manifest having the money, getting the money, or someone buying it for me or something like that. Because on my vision board, there were so many pretty dresses, like princess fairy tales. And then before you know it, I log into my TikTok account, and because I'm on like the creator fund, literally the exact amount of money was in there that I needed to buy this dress. So of course I bought the dress. Then the funniest thing is that I literally bought the dress and then I sent it back, and then I went to go buy another one, and then Aaron was like, it's okay, I will buy the dress. So in the end, I ended up with the money and also the dress bought for me. A few days later on, I received an email, and this email is from someone in my business who literally messaged me to say that you are owed £3,000 from this thing from when we had an office back in the day, and they didn't give us our money back. And I was like, oh my God, this is so strange. I actually received money from an office that I haven't even been in for like over a year now. £3,000 out of nowhere. Then a few days later, next thing you know it, Aaron decides to buy me another dress. And a few short stories later on, this wardrobe is filled with new princess fairy-like dresses. My dad messaged me and was like, what do you want for your birthday? So instead of giving me money this time, he literally was like, what do you want? I pick out a dress, of course. And literally, I think I bought 2 of the dresses in this wardrobe over the last 2 months. The rest of those dresses were given to me in weird ways. I got some for my birthday, got some bought for me. Again, like TikTok money or YouTube AdSense money, and weird ways like that I didn't realize there was money in these strange places that ended up being pretty much the exact amount that I needed to buy these clothes that I'd saved on my Pinterest board and was consciously manifesting. I went home one weekend, and in the same day, I got given £40 for my upcoming trip to Japan. So again, this was last month. And then I went to another family member's house on that same day, and she literally wrote me a check for £1,000 just because, you know, let's say she doesn't need the money and she just wants to give it away, basically. So she gave me money, essentially £1,000. And again, for the second time in the day, I was like, oh my God, the feeling is the secret here. Every time I received it, I initially for a split second was like, oh my God, really? And then I was like, of course. Like literally a few seconds afterwards, the feeling of like, of course, like this is my manifestation. This is the work of the universe. Of course, someone was going to receive this abundance. Somebody was going to be given these gifts. And it just so happens that I've aligned myself with that vibration and it's come to me. So what did I actually do here in this situation? What did I do every single day that caused this snowball of abundance? First of all, I set the intention. That goes without saying. The intention was set when I made the vision board. I made the vision board, I looked at it, it was in the background. I looked at it every day for a while and then I kind of let go, left it on the wall downstairs in my living room, whatever. This stuff started to happen literally a couple of weeks after I created the vision board. I strictly, every single day, did an abundance meditation. This wasn't particularly to make those manifestations happen. They were very detached manifestations. It was because I wanted to be in the abundance meditation. I wanted to be in that high vibration, the gratitude vibration. And when I do it every single day in the morning, I always feel my best throughout the rest of the day. The rest of the day goes so much better. So many good things always happen to me. I'm always focused on the good things. I also, second thing now, so other than setting the intention, we already know you're not supposed to set an intention, right? So I literally listened to my abundance meditation every single morning. I had a strict morning routine and I still do. I will always do an abundance meditation. I will always journal to get out my thoughts. I haven't done it as much recently, don't get me wrong, because I found myself doing it and it caused me to start thinking about the day when the day hadn't started yet. So I'm kind of pivoting a little bit there, but journaling, at that time I was doing it correctly. So journaling was amazing in the morning for me. I would journal whenever I felt good throughout the day around the life that I'm stepping into. So journaling, again, amazing, as long as you feel good doing it, bear in mind. So the meditation, journaling, and also extremely strict. I spend the first couple of hours, if not hour, to myself. This means I don't go on my phone. I don't do any businessy stuff. I don't do any thinking. I literally make my food. I spend it with myself. Maybe I'll watch a relaxing travel vlog with no talking in, or I do my journaling and I do my meditation, of course. And other than that, I'm just spending time either with Aaron or by myself. Essentially just being at peace and at one with yourself. Because when you start turning to the outside world, first thing in the morning, that shapes your thoughts for the day. That shapes your mood for the day. And until you're solid in your frequency and vibration, you are very malleable and influenced by the world, especially when you first wake up. Like, can you imagine waking up and scrolling on TikTok and then having 1,000 thoughts? Every video is a new thought that's left in your mind instead of just the peace and the quiet of the morning. That's what I chose every day, so strict. The meditation, the journaling, and doing nothing for the first hour or two of the day. And then I have refused to talk negatively about money, abundance, or anything good in my life, especially things that I want to maybe improve or things that I want. Anything like that, I didn't speak badly about, okay? This doesn't mean you can't complain. It just means you don't speak badly about the things that you genuinely want to turn out well. So for example, if genuinely in the moment someone is like cutting you up in the road and they are you almost crash your car, you can turn to your partner and be like, oh my God, did you see that? That was crazy. Because it's better getting it out in the moment than bundling it up. But if it's for something bigger, right, something that is genuinely affecting you, you can hold that vibration, you can not let it affect you, you can regulate your nervous system in the moment. Like if it's a family quarrel, like they're fighting and you're trying not to get annoyed by them because they're just so annoying, in that moment, there is no need to get triggered. The whole point here is, if you want to interfere and tell your family that they're being silly and to shut up, you do it from a regulated state. And for the time being, whilst you can't get to the regulated state, you just be quiet, focus on regulating, and you're fully relaxed and regulated, then you can tell them, guys, you're being silly, from a regulated state. But if you find yourself getting triggered by something, that is what I would focus on, is regulating, not being affected, letting out the anger in a controlled environment. This is how I would use negative things that were affecting me still in a controlled environment. So at the end of the day, you can journal and say, what's annoyed me today? What am I holding on to? What's the baggage that I'm holding on to? What's the feelings that need to be heard? Then you can write down, this made me feel. I feel like this. I think that they were so like this. You can also scream in a pillow or go for a run. Let out the energy that way, but we want to be letting out the energy in a healthy way. We don't want to be reacting to anything triggered. Like, there's nothing good that's going to come out of a situation. If they're triggered and you're triggered, you're just going to clash. Lastly, I would always practice gratitude every day in the form of saying things like, I love. So you could say things like, I'm so excited to do this for the day. I love doing this. I love going for a walk. I love going to the gym. I love the fact that right now, blah, 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 blah. And you're essentially naming all the abundance that's going on in your life right now. You're naming all the things that you love and all the things that you're grateful for. Even if you're not specifically saying, I'm so grateful for this. I said this in a previous video, but I prefer I love. The I'm grateful thing doesn't really do it as much as saying things like I love. I feel like I have a strong sense of things that I love. I'm always saying, I love that, oh my God, oh my God. So when I say I'm grateful for something, it doesn't hit the same. Love is actually a higher vibration than gratitude, which kind of put my mind to rest the other day when I was thinking like, why doesn't I feel so grateful hit the same for me? And I was like, you know what? I discovered online then that love is a higher vibration, so maybe I'm just already on the high vibration. So the gratitude, when you say I'm grateful, it doesn't feel as good as saying I love. So that's a little sneaky thing for you to do. I love is probably an even better statement than I'm grateful for. And then you can slowly go into what you love about your new reality. So you could start with, I love this house that I currently have. I love my kitchen. I love my coffee machine. I love my slow mornings I spend in this house. I also love my new house. So what I love about that house is I love the long garden. I love this. And so you're merging together the realities, and your brain doesn't really know the difference between where you're living. And so your life starts to warp into that new one without you even realizing. So that's what's happened to me recently. That is how to get into the abundance snowball effect. The snowball effect of abundance, we should call this. Everything starts to happen one after another when you get on the train of abundance. Like, you literally jumping on the abundance train at this rate, and it's very hard to get you off it unless someone physically says something so horrible to you that really affects you and you start to get really discouraged. It's so hard for you to get off the abundance train, but it's so easy for you to get on it. Like, honestly, once you're on the abundance train, everything feels good. And as long as you just keep reminding yourself to step onto and stay on the abundance train, set a reminder in your phone to come up every few days for you to tick off, to remind you that for that day, you're choosing abundance. For that day, you're going to choose to manifest something small. And every time you manifest something new, you can set up the pathway for loads of other new manifestations. So whilst I was on the high vibration of receiving all this money, I was like, you know what, I'm going to manifest a mascara. I'm just going to get it, whatever. Forget about it. Then I probably said it about something else and then got that without realizing as well. But when you don't get something, you don't really realize either. So the chances of you getting something and feeling good and then manifesting more and more and more is so high when you're focused on the abundance and not focused on the lack. So I hope that video helped you. Have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.